Good morning, students. We have discussed about the human capital formation in this chapter. Meaning of human capital formation, which means it is the human capital, the people, the skill, knowledge, experience possessed by a person in an organization or a country are known as human capital. And the process of increasing or acquiring the human capital by providing the proper education, knowledge or training or healthcare facility, etc., which is known as human capital formation. And which are the sources of human capital formation also we have discussed. Hope you remember the investment on education, investment on healthcare facility, investment on the job training, investment on migration, and investment on information. These are the 5 sources of human capital formation. Why it is considered as sources? Because these will improve the skill, knowledge, the ability of your human beings to convert into human capital, isn't it? So these are considered as human capital formation and sources of human capital formation. And you know that in India level, state level, union level, and there are many organizations are there to improve the education in India, and healthcare facilities also taken by the government, and so many things we have discussed in the last class. Now we are going to discuss about the need for women education in India. Why we need a women education? Obviously, why we are discussing about the women education exclusively, ma? Hope you know that education, which is education for all. The education or literacy is not meant for a particular gender or particular kind of people or particular caste, or it is out of the partiality. So it should be equal. It should be equally getting by the every people, ma. It should be equally reachable or accessible to everyone. Okay, that's what here education. Why we are discussing about the women education in India exclusively? Because you know that before independence or before 100 years before and all, there was so many partiality between gender, male female inequality, disparities was there, and only male child were considered as a for next generation or some other things extra XYZ, and they have given more importance for the male child compared to the female child. So the literacy or education for the female child was refused to give the female child. After certain years, maybe a primary or middle school, the girl will drop out. Okay, the girl will have drop out from the education because due to the personal issues she can't continue the education. So at present, the people after independence, after new economic reform, we realize the female or women education. Yes, of course, when a man get education, that benefit will be go to an individual only. But when women get educated, and this will be helpful for a whole family and a country. So this is the best quote or famous familiar quote for everywhere, isn't it? So you don't think so that women cannot do anything? Right now you can see so many sectors, so many fields, all over the sectors, women also shining, isn't it? They are also equally taking the burden of families and a country. Okay, so they are participating in each and every economic activity. So we have to discuss about the need for women education in India. Why we need a women education in India? It improves the economic independence. Economic independence, which means olden days when the girls or women are not educated, when they get married, they would be expecting or depending on their spouse, isn't it? Whatever they want to buy, whatever they want to use for themselves, or whatever it is, they have to dependent on other people, not only spouse. And before, when they are young also, they are dependent on parents. After marriage, they are dependent on spouse. So this was there. But when they get educated, they are eligible to go job, and they get earned, and they can satisfy their needs without depending others. Okay, so this is it improves which means education improves economic independence. And next one, education improves social status of women. Of course, the educated woman, you can see in this picture many people, the first women in India, first judge, first police, first prime minister. So this and all. So all the field you can see, due to the education, the people get a social status, isn't it? When you are not educated, your maximum world is within the kitchen only, isn't it? Within the house only, it will be located or border, or it will be curtailed. So your status should improve to the society, mean your education is must. You, in the sense, women education is must. And next one, education makes a favorable impact on fertility rate and health care of women and children. Yes, of course, when the women is not educated or illiterate, you know that olden days and all, they were using the women for they like a slave. They don't have a rights to decide for their family members or their children's or their education or to take care of their health. So many things was refused, and she don't have a rights to open her mouth to tell the right or wrong, which is I like it, or I want to do it, or I don't want to do it, or I wish to do it, I don't want to do it. So these things are all unable to reveal to other people because of illiterate. They don't give the status or equal rights to the people to open their mouth or reveal their opinion. Now when the women get educated, she can tell her point of view, what is going on, what is the family expenses. When the number of people increases or number of children increases in a family, what are the effects, which means the future of children cannot be taken care properly. So all the children cannot be getting equally treated for the education or other things and all. So this and all can be nowadays they can able to decide. And one more thing, health care of the women and children. Yes, when the woman is educated, she can take care of herself and the children and the family. Okay, so this is what the women education is needed in India. See here, when you educate a man, and when you educate a man, you educate an individual. When you educate a woman, you educate a whole family or a country. So the Robert M. Masiver, he has told like this. And here you see, female literacy rate has improved from 8.9% in 1951. After independence, only less rate of literacy rate in India, only 8.9%. But as per the recent data, census 2011, last census, the literacy rate is increased to 65.5%. But this is still very below from the world average, which means compared to the other countries, our literacy rate is very less only, but it is improved compared to our 50 years back. Okay, so but still it is below the world average of 79.7%. Okay, and next one, how does the investment on human capital contribute to growth, economic growth? So you know the meaning of human capital. Human capital, which means the skill, knowledge, experience possessed by an individual or possessed by a person or individual in an organization or a country. Okay, when the human capital increases, will it improve the growth? What do you mean by growth? Growth, which means continuous increase in country's national income. Okay, so here, yes, of course, when the human capital improves in any country, the country's growth, economic growth also will improve. How it can be possible, we will discuss now. See here, the due to the human capital, you know that what are the sources of human capital, how can we improve the human beings into, convert the human beings into human capital, mean by providing the proper education, healthcare facilities, and investment on education, healthcare facilities, and on the job training, providing the training and the people migrating from one place to another, and the information which is available for the people regarding the job, increment, education, medicine, etc. So this and all will improve the quality of people or human being can be converted into human capital. So of course, when the people are well educated, they contribute to the economic growth or for the nation more, because their productivity will be more. Of course, when the laborers, though they are not educated, the physical labor, when they are healthy, they get a proper healthcare facilities and infrastructure, sanitation facilities. They can do the best performance, or they can produce output, or good output they can produce without any interruption. So the healthy labor can provide the a good quantity of output, good quality and quantity of output. Okay, so this is healthcare facility. And on the job training, of course, the training will improve the quality of people. They, instead of doing the hard work, they can able to do the smart work because of the training. Okay, and next one, information and migration. Of course, some people in their place, if they are unable to find the suitable salary or suitable job, or which is not comfortable, they migrate from one place to another, like a rural to urban, and one country to another country, etc. And information, now the information is available to the people to know or expose about their knowledge, to expose the knowledge about the salary and other field. So here you see the human capital, healthcare, status, education, knowledge. The knowledge will improve and increase the innovative capacity to produce, and workforce increases and revenue also increase. And this will, due to that, the productivity will increase, raising the capital and accomplishing the new technology. When due to the innovation, the technology will improve. Due to the workforce increase, which means physical workforce, healthy workforce, the productivity also will be improved. And due to the workforce increase in the participation on the labor market. Yes, in the labor market, the healthy workforce will be improved. And next one, due to increase in revenue, the demand will increase. You know that there is a cycle between demand, consumption, production, employment, income. It is the cycle. Okay, when the demand increases, producer will get an encouragement, they will produce more. When the production increases, people get employment opportunities. When the employment opportunities increases, income increases. When income increases, what will happen? Automatically demand increases. So there is a cycle. So here the investment on human capital, of course, it will contribute to the economic growth of a country. That's what every country nowadays, they started concentrating on the investing on human capital. Okay ma? See here the data is given about the human capital or improvement in the status of a country according to the census wise. See 51, 81, 91, 2001, 2010. Here per capita income, which was in rupees 5,708 when in 1951, but recently as per the last census 33,000, last data 33,843 rupees per capita income. Per capita income, which means income per head of the population, is known as per capita income. So it is drastically improved due to the health and education. Okay, so select the next one. Crude death rate. What do you mean by death rate? Death rate, you know that number of population died. Okay, crude death rate means death of person per thousand population, a number of death per thousand population in a country. Okay, in a year. So the death rate is reduced due to increasing the health facilities. See, it was in 1951 25.1 person death per thousand birth, but at present only 7.2. Which means 7.2 means the child also they included. So crude death rate, which is the death rate is reduced due to the improvement in healthcare facilities. And infant mortality rate. What do you mean by infant mortality rate? Death of child before attaining the age of 1 year. Before conducting the first year birthday, the 1 year birthday, the child is getting died because of the due to the malnutrition or poor healthcare facility, etc. But this was more in 1951, 146. The this 146 child per 1000 child birth, infant mortality rate, which means death of child before attaining the age of 1 year per 1000 child birth. Okay. Here per 1000 child birth in 1951 there was 146 death but at present how much? Infant mortality rate only 4.7. This also should be reduced, but at least it could be it was reduced hundreds, isn't it? More than hundreds. And next one, life expectancy at birth in years. Life expectancy at birth in years, which means what do you mean by life expectancy? The number of years the person is expected to live. For example, if I am the person, how many years I can able to live? Average maybe 60 years or 70 years, and before 100 years before and all, the average life expectancy of a human being was 180 plus. It's why 80 and 100 plus? Because there was less utilization of chemicals in the food, agricultural items, and the moisture also not polluted. The industries, vehicles and all very less. So they were having the only nature oriented food. So they had a very less health issues and their lifetime was more. But right now we have so many vehicles and industries and airs and are fully polluted, water polluted, and we are having the maximum continental, which means this chemical mixed food only more. So we get health disease more, so our life expectancy also reduced. So life expectancy, which means the number of years the person is expected to live, is known as life expectancy. Here life expectancy in 1951 they have separated by male and female. Male was 37 years and female was 36 years. But right now 2010, 62 years male and 64 years female can able to live. The average number of life expectation years to live. Okay, at last literacy rate, obviously as I said, as per the 2010 census, 74% the literacy level is improved. Okay, but in 1951 how much was? 16.67%. In that also, out of this 16.67%, girl child literacy rate would be maybe 5 to 6%. Remaining and all entirely men women's education only. So that's what first concept only we have discussed, why we need a women education in India. Okay ma, keep learning. So you know why we need a women's education in India. How does the investment on human capital contribute to economic growth? So before going to that, you should know about human capital. The skill, knowledge, experience possessed by an individual in a country or an organization is known as human capital. Thank you children. Keep learning.